real story, and with all of the talk about John Kerry and the elections, I want to bring our attention back to something just a little more important. I like to call it the end of Western civilization. Call me crazy. Today we're going to focus on the threat from Russia. You're sitting there thinking, Russia? I swear to you, in 5 minutes, you are going to think it's one of the most important issues that we face. But I want to start with the politics of war. We've got to be very, very careful who we elect to lead us in wartime. And you know, we all think that voting is a right. But with that right comes a responsibility to do our homework and put people in office who have the country's best intentions at heart and are honest. The wrong people may not just disagree internally, they may actually circumvent the president and help the enemy. You think that's outrageous? Listen to the real story of what one of our politicians did during the Cold War with Russia. According to an author and political science professor, Paul Kengor, Senator Ted Kennedy was so upset the way President Reagan was handling the Cold War that he actually reached out to the Soviet Union and offered to help them. His motivation was not only to stop Reagan's, quote, belligerence that he thought would lead us to nuclear war, but also to influence the 1984 election. Kennedy denies this, saying that the allegations are way off the mark. But unfortunately for Ted Kennedy, a recently released KGB memo from 1983 says the opposite. In it, Russian officials make it quite clear that through an intermediary, Kennedy reached out to then-President Andropov, offering to meet with him and help, especially with public relations on American television. Of course, you might remember a few years later, we won that war, forcing Kennedy to admit that, okay, well, you know, Reagan has to be honored as the president who won the Cold War. That must have killed him.